this war, close quarters battle, close quarters combat. There's a big difference between a boxing match and a fight to the death, where you're being stabbed with a knife. The reality of knife fighting is it's a completely different story. So taking a punch to the liver can drop you. Being stabbed in the liver with a knife is a completely different issue. Knife fighting is different than a boxing match, because if you're in a room with somebody having a knife wanting to kill you, the chances are against you, the odds are stacked against you making out that you're alive one and unscathed two, like unharmed. So it's a low chance that you survive and live to leave the room if you're in a room with somebody having a knife wanting to hurt you with it. Your chances of leaving alive are slim. And if you do leave alive, the chances that you'll be alive and without life-changing injuries are not good. So in a boxing match, the chances that you die in the ring are pretty low. Less than 1% that a boxer will die in a boxing match. Now, the chances of dying in a knife fight, they're very real. Okay. So maybe it's around 50-50. 50-50. It's like if you get in a knife fight, a guy has a knife and he's fighting, and you survive, you might have at best a 50-50 chance of surviving. And it depends who's wielding the knife too. So the reality of knife fighting is it's very brutal and very dangerous. So a liver shot in boxing can drop you. Now, if you get stabbed, if I stab you in the liver, if you get stabbed in the liver in a knife fight, there's no getting up, see? There's no getting up. So in a boxing match, you got hard, see? You get stabbed in the liver, you just have hard and get up again. Well, a boxing punch to the liver shuts down your body and get dropped, okay? A punch to the jaw can get you knocked out or knocked down, and you have hard to get up and back in the fight. And if you get stabbed and caught it over the windpipe, stabbed in the eyeball, stabbed in the liver, there's no getting up and walking it off, see? Time is not your friend, then. If you get punched in the liver and you have heart as a boxer, it's like you get up and he didn't stomp you out and kick in the crane when you went down from the liver shot or got punched. Okay, you're still alive after hitting the ground. Now, if you have heart, it's like you got punched in the liver, you got dropped to your knees, and the guy doesn't. Do you understand this difference? Street fighting, combat, close quarters battle, war, that's different. Fighting a warrior in war versus a sport, that's a big difference. Because if you get punched in the liver like Ryan Garcia and you take a knee, what if the guy walks up and kicks you in the head when you're there? Then you go out and now he's stomping you and you're falling asleep on the ground. Like end your life. If you get dropped, it's up to the person still on the feet if they end your life at them and after you get dropped. So being stabbed is different than being punched. If you get punched in the liver, yeah, it's like you can get up, possibly walk out, get back in a fight, have hope. If you get stabbed in the liver with a knife, there's no walking off. And time can be your friend. If it's a boxing match, it's like your liver is hurt, you got dropped, get back up, and it's like with time you can recover a little bit. If you get stabbed in the liver, that wound is not going away. Time is not your friend now, it's your enemy. Because you're bleeding internally. You have a wound to a vital organ that is going to keep bleeding, and it's not getting better, it's getting worse. And you need medical attention quickly. And even if like you get stabbed in the liver with inside of a hospital ICU, it's like you're not guaranteed to survive it, understand? So being stabbed in the liver is a lot worse than being punched in the liver. And in a knife fight, knife fighting is, if you're lucky to survive, okay, a knife fight, you're still, it's like your risk never being the same again. So what you're gambling with your life in a knife fight, what you gamble with is what the odds are, okay, is it's really hard to make it out alive out of a knife fight. And if you survive, you're still like, a person can risk never being the same again. It's like, if you get stabbed in the eyeball, they can't give you an eyeball. So you survive a knife fight, but the guy poked you once with a knife in the eye, now you'll be like Michael Bisping. And you only have one eye for the rest of your life. See? And you can't just replace them like you can you get hair extension for this. So if you get a knife fight and the only attack the guy gets in on you is hitting your eyeball once and then you knock him out, you still be a guy that has one eye for the rest of your life. So, okay? If you get stabbed in the liver, you might need a liver transplant. And then you have a scar for the rest of your life. So knife fighting is brutal. And be careful to not listen to people trying to give you a false sense of security, because you're not safe if somebody has a knife and wanted to end your life. It is like you're not safe, okay? And it's serious business. So I recommend not getting into knife fights if you can avoid it. Here's a video by Tony Jeffries. Livershots explain boxing. In this video, I will review why your body can't handle a punch to your liver and the science behind this devastating punch. Liver punch is one of the best punches in boxing by your opponent, but also the worst punch you can take. See? So, in boxing, I train boxing, you can target the liver, okay? So my combos are hitting to the head and then the liver shot during that combo. And the same target zones in knife fighting is the neck, the liver, and like the heart. So the 15 steps. So yeah, let's listen to that what he's got to say.
This is your liver, and this is what happens if someone punches you in the back. Getting hit there, even if it's not hard, can put you on your back because the pain is unbearable. Whether it's a punch, a kick, or a knee, will likely leave you paralyzed and unable to breathe. And this is not a matter.
No, okay, yeah. So landing a knee or a kick or a punch to the liver is likely to leave you paralyzed. Okay. Now imagine if you get stabbed in the liver. Because if you get punched in the liver when you get kicked, it's like you go down. And if the person doesn't like finish you after you go down, okay, like switch to another pound or stop the other something. You can get up and it's like you coach my time to call this a boxing match, have heart get back in there, okay, walk it off, something like this. But if you got stabbed, you go down, and it's not getting better with time and walk it off, it's you bleeding internally, and that wound is not going away, okay, you're not moving in X-Men where you have like supernatural healing, like superhero, which just pulls it up. So you still have a wound to the liver. So being punched to the liver is how your body shuts down and go down. And you get stabbed with your body shuts down, you go down, and it's not getting better with time, it's getting worse because you're bleeding internally. Okay? So, all it can take to win a knife fight is if you can succeed in landing a stab to the liver once or in the neck once. There's almost going to get blocked in here. The people that come in and run the wrong way, annoy me, cyber stalkers, work for the gang stalking program, target me. I don't tolerate that. So sometimes people whine because I have worth and value, like I value myself and self-worth and self-respect. So I don't tolerate people disrespecting me. And to the point where people are like, my club's everybody on this channel. No, it's just I'm not as forgiving as other people. I was like, I let people abuse me. Okay. So people shot them like said around the wrong way, they've been disrespectful, weird. I blocked them. So I don't let people come into my chat and write comments and then they rub the wrong way and then get away with it. They get blocked. Somebody wrote, but I am from Cleveland. Everybody quit this evening. I am reading the eulogy. Okay. Who died? Other than your brain. Okay. Because your brain dead. I read the comment, it's a eulogy for the brain. It's just like a face close to Scott's brain. It's weird comments are supposed to like throw me off kilter, get me confused. How's that working out for you, buddy? You got blocked there. Oh, back to the video.
Of how big you are, how strong you are, if you've got a great six-pack, if you get hit right in the perfect position, it will shut your body
That's why you see me training these combos all the time for my finishes, boxing. A lot of times the combos, there's Livershots in there. was like attack 1-2 straights to the head, or maybe 1-2-3, and then a liver shot, or 2 punches to the solar plexus and a punch to the liver. So, and today I was training kicks to the liver. So that's another thing. So I'm getting kicked to the liver, punch, knee. That's bad. Now what's worse is being stabbed to the liver. Or anywhere. There's no good place to be stabbed, okay? There's no good place to be stabbed. It's like you get punched in the shoulder. It's like you might be able to like laugh it off, okay? But you get stabbed in the shoulder, even in the shoulder. It's like one of the, if you had to pick a place to get stabbed, it's like the shoulder is like one of the least dangerous places to get stabbed. But it's still gonna hurt like hell and cause serious damage and bleeding and things like this. So everything changes when there's weapons involved. Close quarters battle. If it's not sport fighting, it's not a boxing match, there's no referee there, and it's a completely different thing.
I'm going to give you 2 methods of being able to take a body shot better, which doesn't include having a great six-pack. And also I'm going to give you 2 methods of being able to punch and land the perfect liver shot to dismantle anyone. But first, why is the liver so sensitive compared to headshots? Well, actually, both of these can be extremely devastating because they're both vulnerable parts of your body. But these hits are actually different. When you see legends like Oscar De La Hoya, he can take headshots all day long. But when we see a liver shot like this that doesn't look very hard, he's out and he can't get back on his feet.
So I guess Oscar De La Hoya is rumored or has the potential of having a great swing because he can take a lot of power shots without going down around. But the same guy is getting a liver the most time.
And it seems strange, right? But what happens is when we get hit in the head, we can get kind of disorientated and not know where we are, and we don't feel the pain. But this is kind of opposite to a liver shot when our minds are clear, but our body is getting completely shut down. Now, if we take a closer look at the liver, we can see exactly what's going on.
It's kind of similar to this. Take a liver shot. It's not just like the defensiveness liver shot, it's just like before the fight decide you're not going to go to the ground because it's similar to being tased. Where it's like no matter how tough you are, if you got the discipline, like, I'm not going to give up or something like this. If you get tased, it's like your body shuts down and you don't make the decision. So what you can do is maneuver in a way we don't end up getting tased. But if you get tased, it's like you fall to the ground, see? And it can be somewhere, like you see your body cam sometimes, like the 1 in 100 times a guy gets tased and he doesn't go to the ground. Now, most of the time, I would suspect that the person, you don't have a good connection. It's like only one of the parts going to the person or something like this. Or, do you understand? I think it could be a lot of these where you see like the rare time where somebody gets tased and don't get dropped. It's like they're not affected by the taser. It's because there's two, how a taser works is there's 2 barbs, 2 like needles, on wires that get shot up like this, and if one hits here and the other one goes here, you don't have a good connection. So you want to have both prongs or barbs in the body and not just one. So if you have only one of them hit and one missed, that could be like when you see these body cam videos, like the rare one where it's like guy gets tased, won't go down, but it's that it could be a bad hit basically, like shot placement. Some people get shot, it's like they get shot 17 times and survive somehow. Whereas if we look at the injuries, like a lot of the shots like in the shoulder or like in the gut, not in the spine, so it's like the shot placement. It's like where they didn't get hit that makes a difference. Like if you get shot in the neck wounds are often fatal. So if you have these people, there's like survivors shooting, get shot 7 times, it's like where were they hit? They weren't hitting the head, they weren't hitting the spine, they weren't hitting the lungs or the heart or the liver a lot of times. They were hit like either in the collarbone, in the shoulder, or like in the arm, in the leg, and somebody put a tourniquet on it quick enough. So here's the point. It's similar to that, like being tased, getting hit with a good liver punch. It's similar to being tased. It's not about like it's like the defense, and meaning he's being reasonable here, where he's not teach like false and security or like magic or martial arts, which is it's like how to defend a Livershots, is like have the right mindset or something like this. The issue is don't get hit in the liver is the defense. The defense is don't get hit in the liver. And there's many ways to skin a cat. It can be being fast, so it's like you can move in, out, move your body, whole body movement, covering your liver with your arm, and things like this. So the defense is not like against Livershots being dropped, but like just have a tough mentality. It's like I'm not going down, I'm staying on my feet and just like decide to not go down, so I'm not going down, something like this. Okay? Or like mentally, get mentally, like no, it's like being tased. If you get tased, you're gonna have this effect on the body. If you get shot the liver, it's gonna be similar. So basically, liver shot is similar to being tased. Okay? Whereas like 9 out of 10 people, if they get hit in the liver, will go down. Okay, I call it a punch, not like a light punch. As a matter of fact, I took a Livershot once, not a powerful one, and not in a street fight. But when I was in high school, I had a buddy who was a martial artist, went to gym once, and did sparring. And at this point, I wasn't that well trained, I hadn't been training. And he, let's do some sparring, he got gloves on. And he said, we'll just move around a little bit. And he got me the liver, kind of tapped me. Kind of, I guess that's a lesson to like help to understand the importance of protecting your body. Just like a good light sparring, kind of tapped me. He didn't like try to hurt me, kind of just tapped me. Hit me the right spot, and kind of liked it. It's like I would do it all down, but just him kind of tapped me. He kind of liked it deeper. It's like I could feel like that was affecting me. So he said, well, it was a holy shot, and it really worse. So part of Livershots, part of all fighting is, first of all, is for street fighting self-defense. That's what I'm dealing with in a sport fighting, okay? When I train martial arts, it's more like warfare, close quarters, bare, like I said, which is fighting to the death, that type of stuff, and not sports fighting, which means it could be eye pokes, knee to the groin, and stabs to the eye sockets, and liver in the neck, and things like this type of the training, okay? So, anyway, I support. What can you do to not be stabbed in the liver? Well, first of all, as all martial arts, what is the knife defense? Well, the best defense is to not make a guy have a knife want to kill you, okay? So see, that's a basic. Like how to not get stabbed anywhere with a knife is don't be rude with a guy and make him want to stab you, okay? You see, it's like street fight and bar fight is self-defense, boss shouldn't have a video. And maybe the first minute you'll be like, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, if you're in a bar where people are drunk, don't speak fighting words around drunk people. And that's the best defense. Like, don't get in a fight to begin with. Because a lot of fights are like people provoking another person. And there's two types of people in this world. People that just want to be left alone, and people who simply refuse to leave other people alone. Okay? So, don't be a person who refuses to leave people alone. So, if you're in a bar, it's like, yeah, what's more important a lot of times than learning street fighting self-defense and watching Boss Ruden's video, like training, is don't get in a fight, okay? So if you, okay, it's like if you're in a bar drinking, I don't do that, but if you're in a bar drinking, it's like, yeah, what's more important than, or about as important, let's say, as like street fight self-defense is don't be a person that acts in a way that makes people want to hurt you, okay? And the same thing is like, what is most important, people training martial arts, and like maybe if Boss Ruden makes a video how to fight a bouncer or something like this. But more important is like, don't fight bouncers, okay? Don't be a person that starts fighting with bouncers. That's more important to have the skill to fight a bouncer, okay? Because you never need the skill of fighting a bouncer if you never start a fight with a bouncer. It'd be kind of rare that you're a guy mind your business, being polite in the bar, and the bouncer just walk up and start a fight with you. Okay, so self-defense training is great, okay, and it's recommendable. I recommend all men to train martial arts, some kind of martial arts. I train all kinds. I train knife fighting, stick fighting, Muay Thai, boxing, wrestling. I train all kinds of martial arts. Now, the most important thing is I'm not a high confident person. I don't go around starting fights with people. If you see me fighting with somebody, even like in YouTube with words, insulted, it's because somebody attacked me. So I don't start conflict, but if conflict comes to me, I stand up for myself. Okay? So, yeah, but let's keep watching this video.
Firstly, the organ is located on the right side of your body, exactly where you see Hopkins hitting De La Hoya. The liver is the largest and heaviest organ in our entire body. Our liver is used for detoxing. It cuts out the harmful substances that might enter our body. And it's that vital. If your liver fails you and you don't get a transplant, you could actually die. Studies show that if a healthy male took a direct liver shot at only 5 meters per second, this is actually enough force to cause liver injury. Now, boxers and MMA fighters can easily punch at least 10 meters per second.
Yeah, you should look at my videos how hard I can punch. So, as I told you, when I was in high school, I had a buddy who was training martial arts. We went to gym together, and we were, like, he was a buddy, okay, we were pretty good friends. And we would, like, train together and, like, do parkour together. That's one thing we do, okay. And he was a martial artist. He had, like, a sai at home, like ninja sticks, okay, sai and stuff like this. So, one time we went to gym together, and it's like they had bicycles, so you want to do some sparring. I'm like, yeah, sure. And it's like, he went easy on me, okay. It was like a gym fight, so we were buddies. And we like kind of practicing, moving around each other, and it's like I'm protecting myself, and he's kind of tapping me, like just gently, like touching me with the gloves. And one of the things is like, he's moving forward, and I'm moving back like this. And then he just kind of leans in and kind of taps me in the liver, and I can feel like, ooh, okay. So that was just tapping, not trying to hurt me. And that's good because it like taught me a lesson of like, and that's, I guess that's why he did it. To be like, if you don't protect your body, that's something you can get hit in, okay? So it's kind of like experiential knowledge. It's like, oh, it's bad to get hit in the body. Okay? So it's like, okay, do a better job not being hit in the body. So just a light tap to the liver, you can feel it. Now, if you hit really hard, it's worse. So only 5 meters per second is was enough to cause liver damage. Now, imagine being stabbed with liver. So, with a knife, you don't need that much force to slide into the liver. It's unobstructed. There's not a lot of stuff in the right angle. There's a lot of stuff in between there. So, part of knife fighting target zones. What I would recommend for knife fighting is like targeting the neck, the liver, and also the heart. I've talked about that before. Gotta cut this knife. Another important part of knife fighting is practicing rapid deployment. That's what we want to drill. Okay, there you go. So in the absence of a training knife, one of the improvisations that we got is you can use a ordinary knife sheet as a training knife. Meaning, I'm not going to destroy the dummy that's like about $600. Okay. But I'm going to show techniques and you to be like stab into it. So even a light tap will work it. So what I can do, and you don't use that for sparring, okay? Because the sheets can come off and you say, oh, I stabbed my sparring partner. So this can be used for knife fighting training. So here we go. I've told people this before, and I do a brief, free knife fighting tutorial, helping people get better at knife fighting. And it's taught. So. Just as you have Livershots in box, you have liver stabs in knife fighting. So what are good target zones for knife fighting? The liver. Knife fighting target zones. Liver, neck, punch carry to the throat, stab to the neck on the side, stab to the liver. So whatever position I've been in, wrestling on the ground, stuff like this, stabbing to the liver to be taught. So stabbing to the neck, also stabbing to the heart, entering in at the belly button at one angle. You can get under the breastplate and into the heart or one of the lungs, depending on the angle of the blade. Somebody came in, left a comment, and I have 0 likes, which means the person leave a like. So I don't care if they leave a positive comment, you get him blocked for leaving a comment, but I click the like button.
A 6 meter per second punch. This can actually rupture your liver. And I used to love this punch when I was fighting. Here you see me in a fight against Matt Haney, where he wasn't expecting the punch because I hit him high, which opens up his ribs and his liver, and then boom, I blast in that body shot, hit him perfectly. And you can see the pain in his face from that punch. And this is not just from the extreme pain of the punch landing, there's actually more going on when this punch lands. The punch puts so much pressure on that area where we've got a lot of nerves around our liver, which is linked to our...
Yeah. So I've been teaching knife fighting. I've been teaching targets, huh? Oh, that shot is nothing. So if you look at this, here, you have a rib cage here. So notice how the liver hook stab, the liver is in here, and you can get through the rib cage or under here. The heart is behind this, notice this breastplate. So stabbing straight, this bone here. So stabbing in at the belly button and pushing up, you can reach these organs behind the bone armor. Turn the neck, that's another good turn, so the neck, here at upper angle, and here. There's my training video from earlier today. Oh, notice that's a knee to the liver. See, I'm not training like an idiot, I train intelligently. I figure out my own hormones now. There was a, what you saw there was a knee to the liver I was practicing.
system that can drop blood pressure, and with this happening, our brain...
Another thing that can drop blood pressure is major arteries being open and you losing blood. So being slashed to the neck, you can open up a cardiac artery and you lose a lot of blood. So basically being stabbed, slashed anywhere, your blood pressure is dropping rapidly. Det ska bli en video.